Herbert George Wells, commonly known as H.G. Wells, was born on September 21, 1866, in Bromley, Kent, England. He was the youngest of 4 children in a lower-middle-class family. His father, Joseph Wells, was a shopkeeper and a professional cricketer, while his mother, Sarah Neal Wells, worked as a housekeeper. His family's financial struggles significantly shaped his perspectives on class and social issues, which later became prominent themes in his works. As a child, Wells had a deep love for reading, which was fueled by an accident at the age of 7 that left him bedridden for several months. During this time, he immersed himself in books, which ignited his passion for storytelling and scientific speculation. His formal education was sporadic, but he eventually won a scholarship to the Normal School of Science in London, where he studied biology under the renowned scientist T.H. Huxley. This education in science had a profound influence on his writing, particularly his speculative fiction. Wells married twice. His first marriage to his cousin Isabel Mary Wells in 1891 ended in divorce after just a few years. In 1895, he married Amy Catherine Robbins, commonly known as Jane, with whom he had 2 sons. However, Wells was known for his unconventional views on relationships and engaged in numerous extramarital affairs, some of which influenced his literary works. Main works. H.G. Wells is best known for his contributions to science fiction, though he also wrote extensively in other genres, including history, politics, and social commentary. His early science fiction novels earned him the title of one of the fathers of science fiction, alongside Jules Verne and Hugo Gernsback. The Time Machine, 1895, introduced the concept of a machine that allows its user to travel through time. Through the depiction of the Eloi and the Morlocks, 2 distinct future races, the book also explored themes of social Darwinism and class struggle. The Island of Dr. Moreau, 1896, is a disturbing tale about a scientist who conducts grotesque experiments on animals to create human-like hybrids. The story raises questions about ethics, science, and humanity. The Invisible Man, 1897, is a psychological thriller about a scientist who discovers the secret to invisibility but ultimately succumbs to madness and violence. The War of the Worlds, 1898, is one of the most influential works of alien invasion literature. This novel depicts a Martian attack on Earth and introduces the idea that superior intelligence does not guarantee survival. Beyond science fiction, Wells wrote numerous social and political commentaries, including Anticipations, 1901, and The Outline of History, 1920, which showcased his progressive views on the future of humanity and education. Controversies. Despite his literary achievements, H.G. Wells was a highly controversial figure due to his outspoken opinions on politics, social issues, and personal relationships. One of the most contentious aspects of his life was his advocacy of free love. At a time when Victorian morality dominated British society, Wells openly discussed and practiced extramarital affairs, which shocked and scandalized the public. His views on sexuality and relationships found their way into his semi-autobiographical works, such as *And Veronica*, 1909, which depicted a young woman's struggle for independence and sexual freedom. Politically, Wells identified as a socialist and was deeply interested in shaping humanity's future through education and scientific advancement. However, his views evolved, sometimes alienating both left-wing and right-wing audiences. Initially, he admired certain aspects of socialism. In the 1930s, he visited the Soviet Union and interviewed Stalin. While some Western intellectuals admired the Soviet experiment, Wells remained skeptical and challenged Stalin's views on governance and individual freedom. Yet, he later became disillusioned with the authoritarian nature of Soviet communism and criticized it for suppressing individual freedoms. Another major controversy was his support for eugenics, particularly in the early 20th century. Wells believed in improving the human race through selective breeding and the application of scientific principles. While he later distanced himself from the more extreme views of eugenics, his earlier writings on the subject continue to be a point of debate among scholars. Conclusion: H.G. Wells remains one of the most influential writers in literary history, particularly in the realm of science fiction. His visionary works continue to inspire generations of writers, filmmakers, and thinkers. However, his legacy is also marked by controversies and personal complexities that make him an endlessly fascinating figure. Whether through his imaginative novels, his bold social critiques, or his thought-provoking political stances, Wells left an indelible mark on both literature and society.